Okay, let's go. Yep, no question about it. Okay, nice and clean. Yep. Thank you. Looking forward to it. Give my regards to all the nice people along the parade route. Okay, let's roll. Yes, what a night last night. Wow. Holy cow. Let's go. We are live with the real news. Yep, live with the real news. We know what the real news is. You saw it last night. And the fugitive is still on the loose. Still on the loose, the ACI inmate who's a fugitive. Very dangerous individual. As much as people try to downplay it, remember, if you do time, eventually you then, move down from maximum to medium to then minimum. This guy's still out there. Without question, he is out there. And I'll tell you this much. We're going to be looking for him tonight. We're going to be looking for him tonight, and we're going to be looking for him all weekend long. Yep, we're going to hunt him down, so to speak. Some of his friends don't like I use that term, but nonetheless, we are live in just 1 minute. Folks, this would be a great weekend to go to PR Landscape Materials in Garden Center, 3688 Quaker Lane in North Kingstown. What a display they have. Pop in and see my friends at Debbie and Steve and Junior and Byron at PR Landscape Materials. There we go, and Garden Center. And we're live at 106. Folks, good afternoon on this. My goodness, what a beautiful Friday. All is looking well as we're about to enter into the 3-day Columbus Day weekend. This portion of the program, as I was just saying, and I want to wish everyone a happy and safe holiday weekend, but we have a lot to get to, and safe is certainly an operative word. Folks, this portion of the program is brought to you by PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center. I would love today or tomorrow or Sunday or Monday, Columbus Day, which we still call it, pop in and see them at 3688 Quaker Lane in North Kingstown. Homegrown mums and kale are outstanding this year. They have a fantastic Facebook page. They have fall decorations, pumpkins, straw bales, corn stalks, gourds, Indian corn. Embrace the season. Embrace autumn. Native vegetables are available. Family-run business, 3688 Quaker Lane in North Kingstown. It's PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center. 7 days a week they're open, 3688 Quaker Lane in North Kingstown. Now, if you were to log on, I should say, depetro.com, which I strongly encourage you to do. And I'm going to tell you about it in just a moment. But I want to remind you, it's brought to you by the Cowesett Inn. Maybe you're thinking of going out to eat tonight. Maybe you're thinking of going out for brunch on Sunday or going out tomorrow or Monday. Stop into the Cowesett Inn. 226 Cowesett Avenue, West Warwick. Lunch, dinner, drinks in the lounge. Plus, they have the market at Cowesett, the Cowesett Inn. And remember, if there's ever you need to have a gathering, get together, birthday party, anniversary party, some kind of big gathering, they can accommodate large groups. I mentioned it's a great spot for that collation lunch. What am I talking about? Okay, someone passes away. Unfortunately, it's part of life. We have the funeral. Now where's everyone going to go? The Cowesett Inn could handle 25 people, 30 people, the collation lunch after the funeral, 50 people. They could handle 100 people. Not many restaurants around today could handle a group that size during lunchtime. I have been to the Cowesett Inn. They had a collation lunch, 150 people. They can handle it. The Cowesett Inn, 226 Cowesett Avenue, West Warwick. Now, a lot of developments on this Friday. I want to remind you again, visit the website, depetro.com, and you'll see why. And it's, news and stories that you don't get anywhere else. Last night, Road Patrol Live. Thursday, we have the video up. That was an all-timer. I mean, that was a manhunt in Providence, and I'm going to explain and touch on that. Last night, there were 5 armed robberies. 5 armed robberies in a span of about 1 hour. 3 in Providence, 1 in East Providence, 1 in Warwick. The news doesn't tell you everything like that. We go live to where it's happening. We're the real news. Road Patrol Live. We broke the story yesterday with the ACI prisoner on the loose. We were the only ones on scene for the armed robbery in West Warwick on Tuesday night. Boy, those dollar stores, Dollar Generals, they have really got to be cautious because that has become the new lot of cash. The clerk is right there. They're treating it like a retail outlet where a lot of armed robberies. We have the North Providence that was hair pulling and pushing and punching, 2 women arrested. Road Patrol, the shooting in Providence from Monday night. It's all at the website, depetro.com. Now, some updates. If you were watching Road Patrol last night, and we will be active, people are asking me, are you going to be active? It's a holiday weekend. A lot of media are saying we're checking out and we'll see you on Tuesday. Well, that's when we come alive. We'll be active this afternoon. We'll be active tonight. We'll be active tomorrow. We'll be out monitoring and active on Sunday. Proactive is probably a better word to use. Folks, we have a fugitive from the ACI on the loose, and we're going to cover it. Monday, Columbus Day, Sunday night. Now, I'm seeing right now at 111, Lincoln campus, CCRI, evacuate building immediately, remain calm. So CCRI right now has an emergency activation, and I want to thank, let's see. Yes. Well, maybe some of the people don't want me to mention. So now we don't know exactly what's involved with that. Let me put this out on social media to alert the rest of the media that they should be paying attention to this. I have no idea if this is real or not, but emergency alert, Lincoln campus, CCRI, right now. They are telling everyone to evacuate immediately. Now, let me just check. I don't think anyone else has it. They don't. So, of course, we're breaking the news. Now, right now, we will work at 112 to get you more information. But as far as an update of last night, so I did put, first of all, I want to recap. So you saw last night, and it was excellent video. You don't see that anywhere. And as someone who, there's only certain type of content that I like and enjoy and look for. Last night, if you saw that, I was on foot, patrol, manhunt, Providence police going yard by yard, house by house. They knew the suspect was there. Now, as much as first of all, if you saw it live, I realized that when we edited and put out an edited version, that's really the beauty of live. You don't fully appreciate it unless you are watching. When you're watching it live, it's an unknown because they easily may have said, we're not going to find him. We'll come back later, blah, blah, blah. I also want to explain, Providence police didn't do that. And I don't blame them for not doing it. If you have a scene and someone runs, if you allow them to get away, what do you think other people are going to do? So there was a huge presence. We were right there. They apprehended him. I believe he might have been on the second floor. He was definitely in the back of that house. Again, the video, I can't say it enough. And I have so much praise, admiration, appreciation for everyone connected with Road Patrol Live, between our command center and some of our correspondents. Carol jumped into action last night. Corporal Carol, she got into action in Warwick. Boom. We have the video of the Warwick armed robbery. I haven't seen anyone else have that. Now, last night, that was pretty extraordinary. of what happened, because as we were live after the manhunt in Providence, suddenly, and again, but the police were right there. They knew the guy was there. They're not going to let him get away. And so now, if there is someone up by, CCRI, maybe they want to. Okay. Okay. Smoke concern was brought. Lincoln Fire Department advised calmly evacuate. All right. So it's not as glamorous as we had first thought. Okay. So it seems to be let me just follow up, folks, as we're doing this in real time. So again, CCRI, it seems to be more of like a smoke alarm. I don't know what to make of that. I'm not gonna, the first responders always have to be cautious with these situations. Let me just finish that up. Excuse me. So again, it's let me just put updated. Okay, there we go. All right, so it doesn't look at, but let me get to if you were watching last night, and first of all, we heard armed robbery in East Providence, and then we started hearing the string that was going on in the city of Providence. Now, I did post Chief Oscar Perez. Now, again, folks, we didn't know where this was going to lead. They go through the video surveillance tape. I think somebody recognized the suspect, and I want to just, I know I posted it. There it is. Okay. From the Chief of Police in Providence, Chief Perez. As the Chief, I'd like to commend the exceptional police work response to multiple attempted robberies that occurred within minutes of each other. 7075 Cranston Street and 5 and 49 Elmwood. In each instance, the same description of the suspect was provided: a short, stocky black male, including a gray Kia with a broadcasted plate. Suspect was later successful in a robbery in East Providence. So Providence police jumped on it. Outstanding work, Patrol Detective Division. This individual responsible string of robberies was identified, and they grabbed him in Chad Brown last night. So great job. But here's I want to follow this up. Okay, I get it. Yep, it's just a smoke alarm. Hey, I don't mind that people are reaching out to me on these things. Somebody has to. But let's I don't see anyone talking about the robbery in Warwick last night. So let's do the math. Let's do the math. Tuesday night, armed robbery, West Warwick. Last night, 3 attempted robberies in Providence, 1 in East Providence, 1 in Warwick. That was 5 attempted robberies last night. Now, from what I understand, I didn't hear it. As many of you know, the Chosen One is up late, so my hours, so I'm just not up in the morning. I don't know this for a fact. I heard, so think about this. This is 6 robberies, attempted robberies, in 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 6. So I don't know this for a fact, but I believe Governor McGreed did an interview or some of media availability or protect the governor this morning, and was not even asked. Folks, if there was ever a time, see, this is the stuff that I don't expect McKee to say, hey, we're a little concerned over the string of armed robberies, which, by the way, can go sideways in 2 seconds. There are people that when they have a loaded firearm, and we're going to talk to George from Rhode Island Gun coming up. When you have a loaded firearm, there are people that as they're running, it accidentally goes off. They shoot themselves. They shoot someone else. This, when people get in this, there could be various things that can go sideways when you have this type of robbery. It's only in a movie that you see them executed perfectly and everything. Most of the people that are handling these firearms are not, they're not range certified. So my point is, a lot of things can go wrong. But that's what I was told, that McKee's not even being asked about this is a crime spree that is going on right now. And we're covering it live. I mean, Monday night was the shooting in Providence. Tuesday, armed robbery, West Warwick. They arrested the Coventry guy. Wednesday night, standoff. Think of this. Just this week on Road Patrol, Monday night shooting in Providence. Tuesday night, armed robbery, West Warwick. Wednesday night, standoff, armed standoff, Pawtucket. Last night, 5 armed robberies. No, wait a minute. Yeah, Warwick, 3 in Providence, East Prov, 5 armed robberies, plus the manhunt, plus an inmate is on the loose from the ACI. And it's my understanding that McKee isn't even asked about. I don't understand what world these people are living in, other than they must just be Harris Walz voters. That's the only thing I can think of. These are Biden supporters. And so therefore, we know McKee, Governor McGreed, he loves Biden. That's his idol. McKee says, I'm going to be just like him and go on vacation all the time. State is going to hell in a handbasket. We are being overrun with crime. And we're going to talk to George Rhode Island Gun. I want to remind you, though, on this Friday, keep in mind, this is just, today's Friday. We still have today, tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, and it's a holiday weekend. This is our prime season for Road Patrol. This is prime time crime, as Mike calls it, from Regency. Folks, AJ Drywall Plasters Home Improvement. If you're thinking of improving your home or your business, call AJ 401-323-9252. Free quote, frame to finish basins, acoustical ceilings, new homes, additions, commercial rehabs, painting, remodeling. They do it all. And what a difference they can make with your ceilings and walls. AJ Home Improvement. Maybe you have an unfinished basement, unfinished garage. They work in Rhode Island, Mass, Connecticut, wherever you can hear my voice or watch this. You can call AJ 401-323-9252. Now, folks, again, I want to state that it is alarming what is going on. Now, again, last night, 5 armed robberies in the state. And I want business owners to pay attention. Here's the other thing that we're hearing. Many places, when a storm hits, you're cut off. People are cut off. You have looters. You have home invasions. There are branches down. People are in their home. They're trapped. Police can't even get to them. I implore you, during this time, ignore the media telling you that the crime is down, because that's not what we're seeing. And folks, joining us right now, and I almost do this as a public service, is my gun guy, and it's George from Rhode Island Guns and Ammo. Good afternoon and happy Friday, George.
John, happy Friday to you too, my friend. How are you?
George, last night, armed robbery Warwick, armed robbery East Providence, 3 armed robberies in Providence, and Tuesday night, armed robbery in West Warwick. There has to be a solution for these businesses to protect themselves.
John, that's all you can do is protect yourself. At the end of the day, these folks, they don't care. They're walking into your business and they're going to take your stuff with or without your permission. It doesn't matter anymore. And, what are you going to do to protect yourself at that moment in time when it happens? You got to have something. You got to do something. The world's getting uglier every day. It's not getting prettier. We don't have flowers in everybody's front yards, and people ain't walking around with a smile unless they just took something from you. So you have to do it. You have to do it sooner than later. And again, we talk about this every week. You insure every aspect of your life. What do you do to insure yourself against an intruder, against something ugly happening to you? Because it's happening every day. Every day you pick up the well, I'd like to say the newspaper. We don't get newspapers anymore. You go on the internet, you turn on your local TV.
Road Patrol Live.
You watch Road Patrol. You just watch Road Patrol Live every day. Where's my mug? I have that great mug you gave me. If anybody's interested in an awesome mug, John's got some awesome stuff for sale. Go check out his shop, and you'll be happy that you did. But you see it every day. It's a constant, ugly, uphill battle for the everyday citizen just to survive. And you have to insure yourself. You have to do it, because if not, you're going to end up becoming a victim. You're just going to be a statistic. And, maybe you get lucky and you walk away from it with just, your pockets empty and a black eye. Maybe it gets worse than that. So do yourself a favor and you protect yourself. Do something to protect yourself.
George, tell everyone again about Rhode Island Guns and Ammo, folks. Post Road in Warwick, a completely redone store and perfectly designed for either the experienced firearm enthusiast or someone who's a relative beginner, or maybe there's a business owner saying, I've seen and heard enough. I'm now ready to protect myself and my employees.
Yeah, John. So anyway, like, depending on whatever you have that you're looking to spend, chances are we probably have something in that dollar amount that can accustom what you're looking for. I mean, we've got some used stuff as low as $200. I think I maybe got a shotgun or two that's like $150. Used to, anywhere up to the experienced guy. If you're looking to spend $1,000, you want something top shelf, top end, we can do it for you. And if we don't have it in stock, we can order it. It's not a big deal. We'll have it in a couple of days. It's a pretty quick turnaround for us.
Folks, stop in and see George, Rhode Island Guns and Ammo. George, we also learned something that when some of these storms hit, now, you have people that say, or business owners or homeowners, all right, if something happens, I'm going to call the police. Now you have areas when a hurricane hits, a storm, the roads are blocked. First responders are all over the place. It's really people fending for themselves. There are people in Florida that are getting robbed because the police can't even make it. This is another example. Citizens, George, in 2024, people have to protect themselves.
They absolutely do. And I mean, just the stuff that's going on in Florida right now. I was watching it this morning, cops are walking around in waist high water. How long you think it's going to take them to get to where you are if they're trekking through waist high water and you're 3 or 4 miles away from them? Don't expect them to come in a day or two. Maybe they get lucky and they got a rubber raft and they can get over there. But you're still talking a half an hour, 45 minutes. A whole lot can happen to you in a half an hour, 45 minutes. But, somebody comes to your front door and you don't want them there. You point the barrel of a firearm at them, and guess what? You don't have to pull the trigger. 99.9% of the time, you're not going to have to pull the trigger. It's enough to scare them away. It's definitely enough to scare them away.
Folks, you can see him on Facebook, also their website. Listen, you're not going to find incredible service, selection. The guy is plugged in. George at Rhode Island Guns and Ammo. George, also, before I let you go, we still have a fugitive from the ACI on the loose. If people are not seeing the alarm bells going off in all parts of the country, but even in our part of the country, I don't know what to tell you. We are right now experiencing a crime spree.
Absolutely, John. And again, it's getting worse and worse every week. It's just more of it. It's nonstop. And, it seems like they catch them and they just let them go. I mean, we got an election coming up in less than 30 days. They got to make sure all these guys are out of jail and just in time to vote. So, I don't see it getting any better. I definitely don't see it getting any better. So, I mean, it is what it is, but you've got options. You've got options and you should consider those options. And again, a firearm might not be in your best interest. You might feel safer with some pepper spray. We sell pepper spray. You don't have to come in and buy a firearm. You can come in and buy some pepper spray that you can keep in your house. You can keep in your car. And again, it'll give you a few seconds to be able to get away. We've got a few other options that are available too, less than lethal type of options. So if you don't feel comfortable with having a firearm, don't buy a firearm, but come in and talk to us and we can tell you, the different options that you have and the different roads that you can go down. So at least you feel a little bit better about yourself and a little more secure about yourself.
Folks, he is George, Rhode Island Guns and Ammo, right on Post Road in Warwick, right down from Route 37, Greg's. George, keep up the great work, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, John. Talk to you soon. Have a good one.
All right, folks, there he is. There is George of Rhode Island Guns and Ammo. He's hilarious. I love that. The guy was, he got out of the ACI so he could co-vote. I love that. A number of people have been saying that. Where is the rest of the media? Why aren't people, what I am hearing, folks, right now, and I also want to mention, I'm only aware of one individual that I'm aware of who's running on a law and order platform, and that is Commander Todd Padalano, the Senate in Cranston. Listen, we need him up at the State House because the progressives at the State House, keep in mind, Governor McKee, all the Democrat leaders, they're with the Democrat ticket, Harris Waltz. Waltz, the governor of Minnesota, he's the guy that allowed all the rioting to take place. The mayor of Minneapolis couldn't get a return phone call from the governor. This guy, Governor Waltz, who was a terrible pick by Harris, but they had to choose him because in the Democrat Party, you couldn't pick the governor of Philadelphia, Josh Shapiro, because he's Jewish. So they're stuck with Waltz. Waltz wants to get rid of the Electoral College. Governor McKee said, oh, he's a personal friend of mine. The governor of Minnesota wants to pay for gender surgery, transformational surgery for illegals, that they would get that for free. This guy is to the left of Bernie Sanders. That is the Democrat Party. Cranston voters, the people of Rhode Island need to send, I call him Senator Patalano. Senator Patalano. Folks, last night, and I want to be very clear about something. It wasn't your imagination. Last night, obviously, I hear from all different types, people of all walks of life. I hear from, by the way, I also want to mention, I hear from people by the way, they got the guy, Chad Brown. I wish I had known, and I don't know what time they grabbed him because I would have gone to that. When I go to Chad Brown, for those of you that watch Road Patrol, the chosen one is treated like a hero. They say, thank you for the coverage on our neighborhoods. We go into Oneyville. Thank you for coming in here and covering our neighborhoods. We go into Manton Avenue off of there, Salmon Street, the Hartford Avenue projects. Thank you for coming. They thank the chosen one. They thank us for our coverage. But last night, was I cheering on? I received comments from some people. You almost seemed like you were cheering on the police to catch him. Yes, I was cheering him on to catch him. I love the fact that Providence Police said, listen, we know he's on this street and we're not leaving until we have him in handcuffs. That's exactly what they did. To me, that is almost a Cranston attitude. Because those of you that watch when we cover the Cranston police, they're like that, right? I was there. It was this month, October. It was 4 years ago. And the state, Mayor Elorza and Raimondo were letting all of the protesters run amok. And they were destroying Providence. And no one knew what to do. And Elorza said, you got to step back and let them riot. And they were prepared to go in, the BLM protesters, with Antifa, and they were going to destroy the city of Cranston. They had ran into one problem, the Cranston police on Elmwood Avenue at the Providence-Cranston line, led by Commander Patalano, was like, no, you're not coming in. As a matter of fact, you're going to start walking backwards. They had the Cranston plows out. No, you're not coming in here. That fundamentally changed the whole nature of how the protesters, they weren't protesters. I was there. They were rioters. And I also want to remind you folks, and again, good afternoon. Now, right now, we are live on YouTube. We are live on X. We're live on Facebook, which is basically our home base. You can also listen on the radio, AM 1380, 99.9 FM, or you can listen at the website, depetro.com. I am telling you that not only did that fundamentally change that, okay, I get it. These aren't protesters. These are rioters, and we're going to stop the rioters. The Cranston line, they set it up. No. Back up. You're out of here. And started arresting some of these degenerates. They were just looking for destruction. But what was so interesting to me is the media that was there. And those of you that remember that from 4 years ago, and this is a fact, they want to change it, they can't change it. I was the only member of the media. See, the two sides were drawn. You had the police side, and then you had the BLM rioters side. I was the only member of the media on the police side. The rest of them, the sniveling, were all Uncle Atheists, that York producer, Bartholomew. They were, well, I don't even know if he was there that night, but anyone that was there, they were all with the protesters. Oh, look at this. The police are coming. Listen, those weren't protesters, as I said. They were rioters. So it is imperative that Cranston voters, we need someone at the State House running on law and order, or we're going to descend into anarchy. You know, members of the media are knocking. Patricia Morgan has a billboard up. First time ever. Close the border. And they're mocking her. Oh, does she mean Connecticut? See, they know they don't want to highlight those crimes. They don't like to highlight the problem. I mean, if we're up to me, and I've shared this with Patricia Morgan, I think the language she should use should be, if elected, we're going to end Rhode Island being a sanctuary state. But, you know, his segment, Protect McKee, he's got his pal Pork Boy there. Oh, you know, we're the, you know, man, oh, are we, I like they play Mickey the Dog. Oh, are we a sanctuary state? Come on, McKee Matos, never forget. He gave them driving privileges, which just made us more of a magnet. As I've told you folks, that guy does not care. McGree doesn't care if he puts all of us in danger. He doesn't. And look at what's happening. Hasbro's heading for the exit. CVS is heading for the exit. Do you know right now, Dan McGowan of the Boston Globe has a story. There's no company that will sponsor the skating rink downtown. You know why? Because they're all leaving. Because, and you know what else I want to just mention? Now listen, I like the people at Channel 6. And there are some people at Channel 6 that are forming a union, and they're trying to negotiate with the management at Channel 6. But Seth Magaziner and the general treasurer are rallying with the union members against Channel 6 management. But like, what is it? That government officials, I don't know how many times I have to explain that. It's totally inappropriate. You don't get involved in private business. 2 years ago, Governor McKee, Matos, even the mayor of Pawtucket, they're all walking the picket line of Pawtucket against a private company. And then they wonder why Hasbro's leaving. Other companies say, boy, what, look, so they would do that against me. They're supposed to be neutral. Government officials, you're supposed to be like the ref in a game. You don't take sides against a private company. Let them hash it out. We have proper laws. It's inappropriate. You're not in elected office to march a picket line with union people. This is insanity what's going on. There's no company left that will sponsor the skating rink downtown. That is a direct reflection on the climate, business climate in the state right now. Folks, this portion of the program on this Friday. Now, Elizabeth sent me a note. She has her grandson's birthday party coming up and heard me mention a place that she said sounded great. Elizabeth, you want to have your grandson? Wasn't George funny? George at Rhode Island Guns and Ammo. Folks, pop in and see him. The guy is hilarious. I love that. The guy at the ACI broke out so he could go vote. Maybe there's going to be a rash of inmates now on the lam. Folks, Kids Club on the Pike, birthday parties, summer camps, preschool program, before and after school programs. This is also the ideal place. Now, I've coached youth sports. I've coached basketball. I've coached youth soccer. I've coached T-ball. You're always then looking for where are we going to have the end of season banquet. Kids Club on the Pike, cheerleading banquet, football, youth football banquet, Kids Club on the Pike. Plan your next youth birthday party there. It's right on the Cranston-Johnson line. It's very affordable. It's designed for children to be able to run around a little bit and have fun. Yeah, they want to have the celebration, but they have games. They have a movie room. They even have an Xbox set up. You're going to love it. They have a great Facebook page with incredible video. Kids Club on the Pike, right on the Cranston-Johnson line. And I share their Facebook page. Well, folks, good afternoon. 1:38. I mean, think about this. Road Patrol Live. I can't emphasize it enough. And we go wherever the crime is. We go wherever the crime is. Last night in Warwick, we were almost going to go to Warwick, but then who knew we were going to be in the midst of the rash of robberies. But no one is going to, I recognize that certain members of the media that are on Team McKee, right, Governor Dan and that type of thing, I'm not part of it. I think the guy is checked out. I believe he you know what he was excited? He's excited to go to the Brown URI football game. Governor McKee, it's almost like Governor Grandpa. You know, there are people that you reach a certain point in your life, and maybe there's someone listening or watching. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with it, but they become a grandfather, grandmother, and they want to just you want to do the fun stuff. Governor McKee's over the age of 70. He doesn't want the heavy lifting. The fact they're having a bridge online, I don't even know what the hell it is, tonight at 6 o'clock on the Friday before holiday weekend, that is a finger in the eye to the taxpayers. That's exactly what it is. He is checked out. Governor McKee, he just wants to him, it's a big deal that he gets to go to the Brown URI football game and wear a URI hat and a Brown jersey. And he does the coin toss, then he sits at the 50-yard line, then he switches sides at halftime. I mean, again, I'm not knocking it. It's a nice tradition. I'm happy for both schools. Maybe it's going to be good weather, but he is like a grandfather to me. Like Biden just wants to go on vacation. President Biden, he just wants to go to the beach. He just wants to go for ice cream. And by the way, when you reach a point in life, there's nothing wrong with that, but you can't be in the position where you need to, lead and make tough decisions. McKee right now is just so checked out. He is just so checked out right now. So, and again, I want to repeat, I'm seeing people sending me messages. CCRI put out something to be evacuated. They claim there's some kind of a smoke detector went off. I don't know how busy the Lincoln campus at CCRI is on a Friday, but apparently they're evacuating people. It's not a threat. There's no reason for people to go racing over there. There's no reason for parents to go over there. I don't know what to tell you. The same thing happened with the Rhode Island College. So, somebody saw something on a bathroom wall, they evacuate. Seems a little bit like pushing but whatever. They're following procedure. I'm not going to knock them for it. But that's what's going on at CCRI. People are sending me messages. Any idea what's going on at CCRI? Again, like it's nothing to be alarmed about is the answer. Folks, this portion of the program, if you're just thinking of a new kitchen, remember Dreammaker, bath and kitchen. When you're going to invest in a new kitchen or bathroom, these are Dennis and Christina, this is who you want to deal with. They are state of the art. They are the type of individuals, Dennis and Christina at Dreammaker. I think the world of them because of their principles. That's a nice photo of them that I'm holding up. Dreammaker, the beautiful state-of-the-art design center. We did a live stream for them right on Greenwich Avenue in Warwick, right near Crown Plaza and right next to Kachai. Dreammaker, they take you from concept to completion. But what I like about Dennis and Christina at Dreammaker, put them in the mix. If you're thinking of redoing your kitchen or bathroom, give them a chance to pitch your business. Respect, integrity, customer focus, Dreammaker. And I share their Facebook page. And when you think about it, think what your day could be like. You start the day, this beautiful redesigned bathroom. And the kitchen, this is where decisions are made. This is where the family gathers. You could have your dream kitchen from Dreammaker, bath and kitchen. Give them a call, set up the appointment. Maybe you're going to talk to a couple different people. Give them a turn at bat. This is who you want to do business with. 401-433-7272. And again, I share their Facebook page. So if someone could post the CCRI thing, I have no reason to believe. There we go. Oh, okay. I don't know about that. Yep. I appreciate that, but it doesn't seem to be much. People send me all kinds of things that are happening, and we appreciate that. Sometimes they're big. Yep. Sometimes they're not. Let's see. I don't understand all these vehicles into buildings, but I want to stay on track here, folks. This is so now for planning purposes. Again, we're going to be out now. We have a prisoner, a fugitive on the loose. So it's my understanding. I'm hearing different things. I'm not going to give out. I've heard where they believe the individual may be. I'm not going to say that. I'm getting enough nonsense messages from the family. I like someone, or I don't know, someone that claims to be connected to the ACI inmate who's a fugitive on the loose, saying, "Oh, it's a misunderstanding." You should. I like this. You shouldn't even be covering it. It's a misunderstanding. That part I agree with. It's definitely a misunderstanding because they believe he's supposed to be in Cranston, but in the ACI, I'm not going to debate them on. Well, he didn't really escape. He walked away. Well, whatever. He's not at the ACI. So it's my understanding right now that they are using the state police, but at the same token, I do have communication with the marshals, and so I if they start to cross into state lines, I mean, it depends on the nature of it. I also want to mention, by the way, there was definitely a little bit of a campaign yesterday of people trying to say, "I like this." Well, he's not that he's not that dangerous. Listen, he's supposed to be at the ACI, and if we're talking about the same inmate, he went in on gun charges and kidnapping and some kind of an armed robbery, armed kidnapping. Okay, I'll leave it up to the family and his priest whether or not he's dangerous. But this business of now, all right, he's not someone that has done something with children, and it's not, a Freddie Bishop or Craig Price that's out, but still, I'll just say this to the family: if it's a misunderstanding, I highly encourage you and him to clear it up with the correction officers there. So there's something up that he is on the loose without question, and we're going to cover all weekend. I believe we're going to have live coverage of them going after him. Now, folks, when you hear me talk about various people, someone else, see, to me, that's what it's about. We have entered. There are people you want to do business with. There are people. We have a void of leadership in the state. We don't have people that want to really step forward and say what's on the voters' minds. That's more than obvious. As I've said, I don't view a lot of the people as leaders. They're elected officials. Governor McKee is not a leader. He's a government official. If Governor McKee were head of his condo association, I'm sure he'd be fine. I'm sure he'd be buttoned up and be kind, polite to everybody. But he is so far in over his head on this bridge. I believe the bridge with McKee is kind of like LBJ with the Vietnam War. LBJ, I mean, if you study history, he just, I'm not the guy that's going to be able to solve this. The war was too much for him. He didn't know what to do, and so he didn't run for re-election. I just wonder, McKee, the problem that we face in Rhode Island is McKee doesn't know what to do about the bridge. He doesn't know what to do about the bridge. He's not even trying to do anything about the bridge. This whole business of he's trying to say, well, I made the decision to start the demolition again. Like, what if that's where we're still at? That's where we're still at. I mean, I have a feeling he's going to leave office, and the thing, the bridge is still going to be. They don't know what to do about it. I'll say this about Governor McKee: whatever his idea is, it's probably the opposite. It's probably whatever he's suggesting we should do. It's probably the opposite of that. Folks, this portion of the program, Valari Motors. Stop it and see Paul. Quality pre-owned vehicles. Valari Motors. Park Avenue in Cranston. Paul Staskevich, let me tell you about Paul. Number one, 27 years of specialized Volvo sales and service. Great prices, great vehicles. Paul lives in Cranston. Paul has a business in Cranston. Paul's running for office in Cranston. Valari Motors. He also is a great mechanic with Steven. Stop in and see Paul at Valari Motors in Cranston. Now, I also received an email from Nicole. Nicole was asking, who is that company that I was mentioning that does the landscape materials? Nicole, contact Watson Materials, 1500 South County Trail in East Greenwich. Watson Materials. I share their Facebook page. That's what your outside could look like. Watson Materials, largest selection of landscape materials in Rhode Island. Call them, request a quote, 401-885-0600, 401-885-0600. Watson materials, landscape lighting, Nicole, pavers, retaining walls, natural stone, cobblestone, decorative stone, Watson Materials, the best, the most complete selection of landscape materials in Rhode Island, Watson Materials. Give them a call. They're another one. I share their Facebook page, 401 885 0600. Well, folks, good afternoon. This is the real news. I recognize some people are asking. I can still see people are shooting questions. What's going on at CCRI? What's going on? The answer really is nothing is going on at CCRI. There's too much. Any idea why the campus is evacuated? Listen, I recognize that everybody always wants to be cautious with the climate that we're in, but I want to remind people we have not had any form of a school shooting in this area. I want to remind parents and I don't have an explanation for it. There are people. It's like a form of terrorism. There are people out there, and many times they're in another country, and they go on. I don't know what to make of it. They phone in threats to schools all over. But I want to remind people that if you show up at your child's school and you're standing outside and they're anxious, and the people, this is where you have to be an adult. This is where you have to be a mature adult. When you do that, all you're doing is then the police have to deal with the parents. And we've already seen. I mean, I'm going to again repeat this thing in North Providence: hair pulling, name calling, punching, fighting. My kid's not getting playing time. I know you see some of that. Some of these people, you see it on television. Some of these trash shows. It's inappropriate. It's unacceptable. We have to raise the bar. That is not appropriate behavior. You don't act that way. Be an adult. And if there's some kind of a lockdown at your child's school, these people, they're selfish. I care about my kid. Everyone cares about their child. But there's nothing that says they park and then they're standing there. Then other parents, it becomes penguins. They all feel they should be going there. Then you have parents try to run into the school. They have to try to find their child. You're not helping the situation. You're hurting the situation. Now, Ryan asked me, who is the tree service that I recommend that could take down a tree or trim some branches? Well, that's an easy one. JD's Lawn Care and Tree Service. Call them today, 401-441-0154. 401-441-0154. JD Lawn Care and Tree Service. They're another one. I share their Facebook page. Now, folks, we are standing by. I believe we're going to talk to our friend Marie at It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. But looking at the map right now, today is Friday, October 11th. Monday is Columbus Day. Yes, we'll be doing Road Patrol Live, but it's not your imagination. People are definitely off right now. They are absolutely off. I think acting a little odd, and I think it's going to remain this way. First of all, the lead into Halloween. Halloween in COVID masks just is leading to more crime. So and we have 3 more weeks until the election. And right now, I'll be curious to see. I will tell you that unless something drastically changes in the next 3 weeks, I don't see how the Harris campaign, I don't think they're going to stop President Trump. And folks, what you need to understand, is I believe whether it's Rhode Island or Mass, the only shot we really have to straighten out the current system that we have right now, I believe, is is a Trump presidency, because you're already seeing, first of all, they're not going to get the money for the bridge. And this whole business, Governor McKee running a sanctuary state, it's coming to an end. This is crazy. And I want to give credit to Patricia Morgan. She's the only one that seems to talk about it. I still wish she'd say sanctuary state, but I think some people are starting to realize that what Governor McKee, when you enact, and by the way, the same goes for Governor Healy. The same goes for Governor Healy. When you enact lawlessness, and that's what we have right now, lawlessness, there's no way to then suddenly just call a timeout and say, all right, from now on, we're all going to, he is the McKee Matos. This is such a pivotal time. And Governor McKee, who is so partisan and speaks such in a derogatory fashion towards anyone who may be a Trump supporter. So remember when Jerry Zarella, who ran the Trump campaign in Rhode Island, 2016, Jerry Zarella, who single-handedly brought President Trump to his only Rhode Island appearance. Jerry Zarella is a businessman. Jerry Zarella was feeling the heat to throw a fundraiser for McKee. Jerry Zarella was going to he has a beautiful farm to be used for a fundraiser. He wasn't throwing the fundraiser. He was just going to allow his property to be used. And Governor McKee canceled the fundraiser because he said, I'm not going to where there was a Trump supporter. I'm not going to socialize of that ilk. I don't want, those people are not even American. I mean, Governor McKee made it very clear what he thinks of Trump supporters. All right. Now, I did think we'd hear from our friend Marie at It's My Health. We haven't heard from her, and so we will call her. I thought
It's My Health. This is Marie.
There's the Queen of Health. I thought we were going to see you, but instead we'll just talk to you by phone. Marie at 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Maybe she's busy with a customer. Marie, the theme this week is sleep, and people are always looking for items that could help them get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, we have a number of things for sleep. If people like tea, we do have a number of things, some including CBD that are in the tea, water-soluble CBD that can help with sleep. We have some things that are in capsules. We have homeopathic that we do really well with from Boyrin called Sleep Calm. Also, Rescue Remedy makes a rescue sleep that works really well. I'm not a huge fan of melatonin, but some people do like it. Many people say it makes them groggy the next day, depending on how much they take. And, our bodies make melatonin, so it's more a habit to allow the body to start increasing its melatonin as the evening wears on than it is necessarily to take it. But some people do take it and do like it. And we even have some recipes, too, for some nighttime teas. One in particular, even my husband likes because it's pretty tasty and easy to make. And you just can sip that, half hour to an hour before going to bed. And it can help boost your metabolism, but it also helps you sleep.
Folks, again, it's Marie at It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. And Marie, I'm hearing from a lot of people saying there's a lot of people. The flu season has started early. There's a lot of children that are sick right now. I'm willing to bet if someone stops into It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland, you have a variety of items that they could take that would help them through this season.
Oh, yeah. It's started already. We do have a homeopathic remedy that we're waiting to get in. It's usually in sometime in October. They have to wait until the CDC determines what the flu shot will contain, and then they make their remedy from that. And it's one thing that even if you get the flu shot, and especially people who don't choose to get the flu shot, you take this once a week for a month and then once a month through flu season. And we have people for years, they call me in September, when do you think you're getting it? It's really good and protective for flu season. And then, of course, we have a number of things, the Oscillococcinum. We have some homeopathic remedies for flu, for cold, some syrups for cough, things specifically for sinuses. So we have quite a few things to choose from when it comes to colds and flu.
Folks, it's Marie at It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Marie, what are your hours today and what are your hours on this Columbus Day weekend for Saturday?
We will be here till 5:30 today and tomorrow from 9 to 4.
You are the queen of health. Keep up the great work and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, John. Take care.
All right, folks. Now listen, everyone, that's going to do it for the radio portion. You know the drill. Road Patrol Live will be ready this afternoon. We will be out tonight. We'll be out tomorrow night. We'll be out Sunday night. We'll be out Columbus. Yes, somebody has to. The rest of the media takes it off. We don't. Hey, everyone, enjoy your Columbus Day weekend. Those on the radio, stay tuned for the 2 o'clock news, and we will be back later on for Road Patrol Live.